to another episode of ANN, Alonna Nicole Network, where the news will always be biased and from my point of view. In rather contradictory and pretty ironic news, Ice Cube has come up with a brand new plan that is going to help the black community. He took his plan to both Democrats and Republicans. Democrats told him, we're going to have to put a pause on this until post-election. Whereas the Republicans and Trump were like, okay, bring it. Let's go ahead and get this thing implemented. I think is a fantastic thing for our community. I stand in the minority of my opinion on this. A lot of the black people in my community feel like Ice Cube is a sellout. They feel like he's being used as a pawn 2 weeks to the election trying to influence the black vote. I understand that. It makes perfect sense. Yes, Trump has been guilty of doing such a thing. So it's not that far-fetched. I understand why some of my fellow black people are very disappointed in Cube. I get it. What bothers me the most is the message that is being sent throughout the black community. That it is not okay to want to work with the opposite side to make any real change in our community. I think that is both dumb and despicable. But the ironic thing about this story is Trump Jr. went ahead and posted a picture of both Ice Cube and 50 Cent on his Twitter with MAGA hats on. Well, Ice Cube then responded via Twitter. And because my mama gonna watch this, I'm going to use the PC version of what Ice Cube said. Negro, please. What makes this ironic is because that's exactly what a large population of the black community was saying. You're going to be used as a pawn to influence the black vote. So I get it, guys, but I still stand by my principle. We have to learn to work together if any real change is going to be made in not only our community, but around America. Hell, around the world, guys. We all got to learn how to work with each other. In scientific news, the FDA approved their very first cure for Ebola. But I'm so confused because I am 100% certain that both Dustin Hoffman and Morgan Freeman had the cure in 1995. In entertainment news, Justin Bieber has released a brand new song called Lonely. It is both very personal and extremely depressing. Extremely. Even the video, which contains a little boy, which you think would be lighthearted, is depressing. I don't have a joke for this because it's so fucking depressing, but I like it. The boy can sing his ass off. T.I. confirms on his new album Libra that his friend indeed did pee on Drake. I don't know why Tip decides now, years later, to release this information. I don't know if perhaps him and Drake have some secret beef that none of us know about. But all I can say is I'm here for it because a girl loves a good on light skin fight. This week's honorable mention goes to none other than Mr. Terminator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did you guys know that there were counties in America that have never been able to vote, that have never had a polling place ever? So there were literally Americans that have never been able to vote. And also, did you know that in 2014, quite a few polling places were shut down due to a law that was put in place and, budget cuts and whatnot. So rather than trying to start up a fund and go into the federal government to get a loan and have these places reopen, Arnold put his money where his mouth is and spent millions and millions of dollars to have these polling places reopened or get polling places opened in some of those counties that I said had never been able to vote before. This is what a true patriot does. He doesn't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. He just wants you to be able to have the right to vote. This is the definition of a true patriot. He doesn't doesn't care whether you are a Democrat or you are a Republican. His only concern is to being able to ensure that every single American has the right to vote. And this is why, Arnold, you get this week's honorable mention. On ANN, I want the focus to always be on open and honest and very transparent news. And I cannot do that and be hypocritical at the same time. How dare I call out other people's stupidity and not want to call out my own? So guys, for that reason, that's why this week's Clown Dog of the Week is this clown right here. Due to my utter ignorance, with a side of ADHD, I completely disregarded the very clear and visible instructions that were included in our mail-in ballot on how to vote, guys. Somehow, I missed these very numerous examples that they give you on how to fill in the little bubble. Guys, don't be me. Don't be dumb enough to think that you can put an X in your bubble and think that's going to count as a vote. Read your instructions, please. Because you know what happens if you try to submit an incorrectly filled ballot? It doesn't count. Your vote is literally trash. It literally goes in the trash. And for that reason, that's why I'm the Clown Dog of the Week, guys. Because I'm foolish and I'm reckless. Word of advice, don't be this clown. Read all the little papers that come in your mail-in packets, guys. Do not be me. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching another episode of ANN, where the news will always be biased and from my point of view.